I discovered ArtAscent in 2013. It was the very first call for the very first issue, Emergence. Because there was nothing to go on. There was no previous copies of magazines to have a look at, to see what kind of work ArtAscent was looking for. But the call spoke to me. I couldn't believe the coincidence. I'd just written a story with that self-same title, Emergence. I was tentative at that point about submitting work anywhere. But I was looking for a home for this particular story, and ArtAscent seemed the answer to that prayer. Winning Brighter in my very first submission to ArtAscent and in their very first issue gave me a boost and gave me the confidence to continue being true to myself with my writing. That issue in June 2013 was the emergence of ArtAscent, and it felt like my emergence too. Since that first issue in 2013, the themed calls from ArtAscent became paramount in my creative calendar. Those themes caused me to think, to look, to create work that would not otherwise exist. This applies to my visual work in addition to my writing. To find such a quality journal that melds both my passions is unique. I suppose self-doubt is the answer to that question. That's all. The hesitation in hitting that final submit button, feeling my work was probably just not good enough, wondering if I should write like someone else. What was at stake was to continue creating on a daily basis and adding to bulging files of first drafts, never to be rewritten or edited or polished, and for the work to never see the light of day, never to be shared with others. When the themes speak to me, inspire me, my fingers tingle, my imagination can't hold back, I take a deep breath in the knowledge that it's in good hands, whether accepted or not. It's been created because of the ArtAscent theme call, and that is the big accomplishment for me. When the results come in, I scan the names in awe of all those who've been accepted. When my copy arrives, I am always more than delighted with the look, the feel, browsing the pages, the quality of presentation, and always so intrigued with the work that has been placed in a facing page to my own. All this adds to the joy. In 2018, 5 years after that first issue, my story, The Blackout, in issue 31, was not only awarded Gold Writer, but achieved a review that made my heart just bounce. I was unaware of some of the values highlighted by the review. This was a trigger I needed. And so, in response to your question about dream creative projects, this is what began the dream of getting bodies of my work published, not just to be part of anthologies with other creators, even though that's still a joy. So I began to send query letters to publishers early in 2019. Unsolicited Press in Oregon responded. They liked me and my work, it seemed. They're publishing my collection of 150 microfictions while the kettle boils in March 2021. As a forerunner to that, on New Year's Day this year, my experimental e-novella, Fisherman's Fingers, went out to the world. In December of this year, 2021, they will also publish my 20 years work of poetry, of daisies and dead violins. Many of those poems will be those first inspired and published by ArtAscent. I would say to anyone who hesitates, just do it. There's absolutely nothing to lose. You will have gained the opportunity to be inspired, to rewrite, to edit, and know that the work has gone off to find its way in the world. To purchasers of the ArtAscent journal, you will have a quality publication, a keeper. You will discover new artists and writers in the early stages of their careers. These are not just magazines for the recycling bin. They are quality keepers. I was approaching 70 years old when ArtAscent first published my work. 7 years later, I am now a published artist, author and poet. I have much of this to thank ArtAscent for. Reading a poem before breakfast. I read a poem called Orange Peel early today. It wasn't really about orange peel, but about cleaning up garbage. The title of the poem left me with an image in my mind of scented paws and pockmarked skin. That's always described as orange peel. I read the poem 3 times, each time my senses returning to the title, Orange Peel. I could taste the thought of sweetness, of pulpy juices from blood oranges. The peel will land over my shoulder with the initial of my lover-to-be. That's not really about orange peel either, is it? But about dreams and hopes that someone whose name begins with S. Why does the orange peel always land with an S? Will dance to me on a mystic white charger. Will he be a Stan, or a Simon, or a Steve? I'll take the orange pips and plant with hope, and water well with young girls' dreams of walking through my orange grove with Stan, or Simon, or with Steve.